Okay. Alright guys, no Optimus Prime head today. I'm going to get straight to a couple examples. This is X factor or factor bot. Just a review and another worksheet. You guys, those of you guys who handed it in, look like you understood the concept. And like I said, this is a very difficult unit, but it seems to be working. So here are the notes that are going to be brief. X factor or factor bot. So basically we're going to look at a trinomial and you are going to determine whether we are going to use the old X factor method or the factor bot, which we did the other day. Okay, number one. X squared plus 3x plus 2. There's 1, and I'm going to do the next one right here, which is 2n squared minus 3n minus 14. Okay, what is the big thing that determines whether we are going to just do the old x factor or the factor bot? Well, it's this coefficient of 2 before the first term of the trinomial. This is a 1 or a nothing, so this is going to be the factor bot, this is going to be the x factor. I thought the x factor, you guys did a great job on that. Let's go ahead and draw our x. Let's put the middle term with the sign at the top. Let's put the last term with its sign at the bottom. This is going to be a rather easy one. Let's get the factors of 2. 1 times 2. That's it. No more. And if it's only 1 and 2, that's going to be my side numbers. Remember, these two, they have to add up to the top or subtract up to the top and multiply up to the bottom. Which signs would I use here? I would use a plus and a plus. Remember the old cheat code right there? I've got a plus and a plus. The side's going to be plus and plus. Therefore, 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is positive 2. Let's make our parentheses. The variable was x. And let's go ahead and put the plus 1 and plus 2 right there. Okay? There's the old x factor. Let's look at the next one. The alarm goes off in your head. You go, this is a factor bot. Whether you use the template that we used before or not, or you just want to do it yourself, this is the deal. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to make the template here. You guys can do it on yours too. Circle the first. Circle the last. These are going to be factors. We've got our 2 boxes here. Let's set up our parentheses here. Let's make the rainbows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, these are the outers and the inners. I'm going to make my sign falling. I'm going to go with sign goes this way, sign drops that way, and let's get started. I'm switching to a pencil because I may have to erase some stuff. Factors of 2, there's only 2. 2 and 1, okay? Factors of 14, 1 and 14, 2 times 7. Since there's only 2 here, these are my first right here, 2 and 1. I'm just going to put 2n and 1n right now. 2n and 1n. I'm going to take my advice from before, and I am going to skip the 1 and the 14 and get right to 2 and 7, okay? So I'm going to put my 2 here and my 7 here. I'm going to use my rainbows to multiply. 7 times 2 is 14. 1 times 2 is 2. I'm looking up through these boxes and I'm saying, can 2 plus 14 get me to negative 3? No way. Can 14 minus 2 get me to 3? No. Let's erase these boxes and let's go ahead and switch the 2 and the 7. Let's bring the 7 over here and put the 2 right here. Let's go outsides. 2 times 2 is 4. The inside, 7 times 1 is 7. I have to get to a -3 with a 7 and a 4. Well, my number line says that -7 plus 4 is -3. I'm going to put my negative right there and my positive right there. I know that my positive sign falls down this side and my negative sign falls down this side. And I also know that if I foil this, and I didn't show you guys this before, but if you foil this first, outer, inner, last, you should get this answer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The firsts is 2n times 1n is 2n squared. The outers is 2n plus 2 is plus 4n. The inners is -7 times 1n is -7n. And the last is -7 times 2 is -14. I am combining these two like terms in the middle. 4 minus 7 is -3n. The -14 comes down and the 2n squared comes down. As you can see, it's the same thing that I started with. I factored it and then foiled it and got the same answer. However, this is the answer that I want right there. I want you guys to start checking your signs at the end. -7 times +2 is -14. Okay, so let's do. Let's look at the assignment, and I'll walk through a couple of these with you. Okay, this is called school days. It may look like a typical school sign, but there is a hidden meaning behind the cryptic message. Can you guess it? It's a sign with the school in the upper portion of it. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the answer so you can have the answers to this, okay? So it is high school. If I look at the back, I'm going to go ahead and write HIGHSCHOOL. Here are your answers. So number 1, it says H, and this is going to be your answer, -8 and +2. So let's go back and look at that one. X factor or factor bot. This one looks like, you're right, it is X factor. There's no coefficient in front of here. If I look at number 5 right next to it, there's a 3 right there. This is going to be the factor bot. You can use the template, the factor bot template, or you can just do it on here. Either one will work. I'm going to use pencil, okay, because this is an eraser kind of thing. Okay, let's make our X. Let's put our -6 at the top and our -16 at the bottom. Let's think of some factors of 16. I know it's 1 and 16, 2 and 8, and 4 and 4. Which one of these will get me to 6? Definitely not 1 and 16, definitely not 4 and 4. It's going to be a 2 and an 8. I'm going to look at my cheat code here. If I've got a negative and a negative, it's going to be one's going to be a positive, one's going to be negative. I do know that -8 plus 2 on my number line is -6. So -8 plus 2, I've got my answer. -8 plus 2 is -6. -8 times +2 is -16. Let's make our parentheses an X and an X, a +2 and a -8. Okay, there's number 1. Let's move on to number 5. You know what? 5 is easy. This is going to be a factor bot. I'm going to jump down to 7. Let's see. Okay. Number 7. Let's make the bot. That's my Optimus Prime impression, by the way. Let me see if I can get this a little bit better. Let's make my rainbows, and I'm just going to make my arrows for the factors. All right, so here we go. Factors of 3, 1 and 3. That's it. It's easy when there's only a couple factors. 8, 1 times 8, 2 times 4. I know that I'm going to lock in a 1 and a 3 right here. let me redo this in marker. 1x and 3x. Since these are your only ones, these are going to lock in here. Now I'm going to figure out which factors are going to get me to -10. Let's not do the 1 and the 8, and let's come back to the 2 and the 4. Let's plug them in. 2 and 4. Outsides is 4 times 1 is 4. Insides, 3 times 2 is 6. Is this going to work? Let's see. 6 and 4, how can I get to -10? Which signs can work here? How about a -6 and a -4? Here's the thing. If you want to go ahead and put the negative and the negative here, because I know that -6 minus 4 is -10, however, -2 times -4 is +8 times, not -8. So my last have to make sense here for the last term of my trinomial. I'm going to go ahead and erase the 6 and the 4, and I'm going to try to reverse these guys. I'm going to put the 2, I'm going to put the 4 here and the 2 there. And I'm going to look at this and go, okay, 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 4 is 12. This is going to work out a little bit better. Watch what happens here. I know that 12 minus 2 is 10, but I know that -12 plus 2 is -10. This sign's going to fall down here for the +2. This sign's going to fall down here for the -4. There's my answer. X minus 4 times 3x plus 2. And let's see if it made sense on my puzzle in the back. Number 7. Here it is. It says H. There are 2 H's, 3x plus 2, x minus 4. 3x plus 2 times x minus 4. So the answers are on the back, and you can go ahead and put high school here, and you can try some of these. Guys, this is a very tough unit. You've done a good job so far. Please give me some effort on the notes and try to do these. I want to see these worked out. I want to see either X factor or factor bot. I think that all the X factors you should get, and I think the factor bots you can kind of play around with. Nobody's going to be perfect, but everyone should provide some effort, okay? Nobody's going to be 100% perfect, but most of you guys should be at least half perfect, all right? That's it. This will be due on Monday, and see if you can get some of this stuff done, all right? Good job so far.